Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. It's Monday, which means it's time once more for our weekly painting progress. And lo and behold, Mr. Percival Sparkletrout, my brother, managed to get something finished. And this is one of Maker's Colt's... I don't even remember what they're called now. Unfortunately, he does not want to stay in focus either. Let's see if we can get him there. So you can see he actually did some quite nice edge highlighting on this guy. Painted him up like a black Templar. I want to say it was like a heavy battle brother or something. It was maybe from their November Patreon. Whatever the name of this figure is, I will put it in the description in case you are wondering. But it's pretty cool. And I gotta say, it was like a whole unit of dudes with heavy bolter equivalents. So that's what he was working on. In addition to that, we are continuing both to plug away at painting up all sorts of gladiators. This one, I gotta say, came out quite well. Nice highlighting on this guy. I'll put some pictures on Instagram to show you guys. Really nice detail. So, unfortunately, his ludus is continuing to grow. This guy comes to us from Lovecraft Designs. It was part of their Gladiator Kickstarter. And I gotta say, quite nice job. They do have another one coming up for, it looks like a very Nordic Skyrim themed high fantasy Elder Scroll style environment and figures. So if you're curious, do take a look, because one of the things that I really dig about Lovecraft Designs is they offer up all of their previous models during the pledge managers for their Kickstarter campaigns. So I'm sure I'll bust out, you know what? Plan on this. When that campaign starts, I will put a link in a bunch of other Lovecraft figures that we have painted. So if you guys are curious about any of these guys, they've done a whole slew of stuff, and they've all been quite impressive. Now, this gladiator comes to us from Arina's studio, and he is vaguely Wolverine-ish, even with the X on there. That's kind of cool, actually. This is a big dude. He's on a 40mm base. He's almost as big as the Space Marine. So that's what he's been busy getting into. And I'm going to have to supply him with some more gladiators, I think, because I'm really digging how they turn out. So, unlike him, I slopped my way through a pile of randomness as always, and nowhere near the level of quality he churns out, but if there's one thing I am, it's persistent in getting stuff done. So the first thing I got finished up this week was a bunch of peasant rabble. These are Fireforge's peasants, and boy were they fun. And I mean, I legit mean that. I think this guy actually has some Frostgrave. I think that's a Frostgrave head. I don't know if that's a Fireforge set of arms or not. It might be. But I recently got the Lion Rampant rule sets from Osprey, and I'm thinking these guys are going to be perfect. I've got so many of these random little guys. I don't know what's up with this guy's hair. It's impressive, and I think those are all Frostgrave. Those are definitely Frostgrave arms and heads. That was from the Night Sprue. What I'm going to do with all of these peasants, I really don't know. We'll make a peasant rabble unit. They look quite frightening, don't they? And to complement them, I guess, if we ever do get around to playing again in person, a few more random Oathmark humans. In all their shaggy-haired glory. What's up with your teeth there, dude? Look at that bright smile. Top of the morning to you, Gov. And yeah, I made a mess of that shield. That's getting repainted. I'm like, nah. Alright, what else do we have? Oh, we have this. I know he's been shown off before. This is one of the Survivor guys from Anvil Digital Forge. And I managed to snap the barrel off the gun right after I finished spraying him down. That was really cool. I'll have to find some other barrel to stick on that thing. But otherwise, he's done. Probably not as good as my brother's, but that's all right. I got my own. I Feels special. And another one that he did. Here is the musician barbarian lady from Ghamak Miniatures. And I think I need to go back and touch that up. I'm not liking the horns are a little too dark. And I made a mess down there. I like Ghamak stuff. Sometimes he got some real hit or miss models for me sometimes. Let's see. Speaking of Ghamak, we have another barbarian. I feel like I need to go back and fix her skin up as well. Really wasn't sure what to do with it. I think she's actually supposed to have had a bow, but these are modular figures. And, I mean, they can take the weapons from just about anybody else in the set. And I'm assuming probably all the other Ghamak models I've got, so might as well use them, right? And of course, neither of them have matching bases. Why would they do that? Let's see what else we got. Okay, another Frostgrave specialist champion, whatever, with wine bottles and keys and bags and pouches and potions and a mouse. But I like this guy. I think that's a wizard's head. And now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever actually posted the review for the Wizards box. I better do that. Whoops. One more printed model this week. Couldn't let an opportunity go by to do another Cobramode Hanzaki salamander. And I don't think I have had a repeat on a color of one yet. I know it's a very simple paint job, but it's done, and it's fun, and I'm happy with it. Here's a blast from the past, an old Celtos model, and now I realize I forgot to paint his little sporran thingy hanging off his belt there with a gold chain. You are going to have to get fixed up. Toot toot. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean this guy up. I think he was the last of the glossy Agrex Earthshade I had. I think I'm finally out of this stuff, thankfully, so hopefully we can move on and actually tell what we're painting sometimes. Alright, and let's see. Random Kingdom Death model. This is the male Lantern Guard. Look at that smoldering look he's giving you. Ha, boys. I don't know why I think he's supposed to have a German accent. Do you like to party? I don't know, that's a bad German accent, isn't it? He likes to party. I like this model, actually. Got a good heft to it. He is actually a 3D photo resin print, too. Surprisingly, and I don't think the original was. I've got the original somewhere. Speaking of photo resin, another Kingdom Death model. This is Death High Alistair. His little backpack. In his battle tonfas. Reminds me of a book I read years ago, Kung Fu High School. Kids going to school with weapons like that. Fun book. And finally, last but not least, we've got a Nord's Captain. I really like this model. I'm going to go back and touch some stuff up that I'm not super pleased with. And I'll be honest, I didn't even care for it the first time I saw it. I was like, it looks kind of weird. But having him in person and actually painting him now, I am quite pleased with him. Very simple paint job, but I think it works. And as I eagerly anticipate the printed editions of First Blood showing up so I can actually... I'm sorry, I don't like reading rule books as a PDF. I want a real hard copy. I'm an old diehard in that regard. So when those come out, I am going to be more than happy to start hyping up the game once we can get back to playing in person. I really dig Conquest models. If that hasn't been apparent yet, I keep painting the stuff. So yeah. For myself, I gotta say it's a pretty sizable haul, actually. I didn't realize I got that much stuff done. Then again, a bunch of it are peasants, and I had some of this stuff almost finished last week. We just put the finishing touches on, and it's not like I'm even done. Some of these, like I said, really need some touch-up work, like that awful shield there. And he needs a barrel for his gun. But otherwise, well, my brother's stuff may be outnumbered. Overall, good quality haul from both of us. As always, in case you guys are ever curious, I do put the links to where you can find all this stuff down below. So if you would like to take a look, by all means, go ahead. And while you're at it, give our Patreon a check out as well, if you would, because your support directly helps us continue to hunt down and secure even more obscurities to get you guys attention on. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.